Good morning, student friends. Welcome to this lecture for unit number 3, transmission system. As in previous lectures, we studied the first transmission system, that is a clutch. In that we discuss the different types of clutch, requirements of clutch, and the function of clutch. Now today we will discuss the next transmission system, that is gearbox. It is automotive gearboxes. That is also one important that content of this chapter. Types of automotive gearbox and the function of gearbox, necessity of the gearbox. So in this week we are going to discuss all these gearboxes and the necessity of the gearbox. So let's start with the initial introduction for the gearbox. So as we know that the output shaft of the gearbox rotates at slower rate than the input shaft, and this reduction in speed will produce a mechanical advantage causing an increase in torque. That is important regarding the gearbox. Whatever the input speed given to the gearbox, that is obviously is lower, it is with the engine speed, but at the output shaft of the gearbox, the speed is reduces by using the different types of the gearing, and that is a need. We have to need this mechanical advantage. We have to need this mechanical advantage. By that way, we are going to get the different torque. Increasing torque or decreasing torque means otherwise whether it is increasing speed or decreasing speed. Usually, we found gear motors of some sort. Gearboxes are used to reduce the load on the motor. This reduces wear on the engine, allows more control, and allows greater speeds. In other words, if when the motor is turning 2500 rpm, the output shaft is turning 500 rpm. The gearbox is reducing the number of revolutions from input to the output. Torque converters, hydraulics, electrical power, and hybrid configuration may also be used for the same purpose. So let's see the necessity of the gearbox. Why gearbox is to be needed? So the output speed of the engine is given to the propeller shaft via gearbox. The engine speed is having constant speed. The automobile runs at different conditions such as slow and fast, which requires change in amount of torque that is provided at the output shaft of the gearbox. Change in torque is basically dependent upon the speed. The speed variation for different torque will be obtained by having different pinion and gear combinations. So all these gear and pinions, when assembled in a casing, will give rise for necessity of the gearbox in automobile. Further, it also helps to neutral position so that engine is kept starting without moving the wheel, that is, cut off the engine speed. As we know that an auto vehicle has to run on the various road conditions. Various road qualities are available, and on which we have to run our vehicle. And we have to run our vehicle at varying speeds according to the available quality of the road. So, as we know that when vehicle encounters with this various nature of the road tire and road adhesion on level, on slopy roads, on hill roads, having different body profiles, varying driving needs such as idling, quick acceleration, sudden stop, and widely varying driving habits of the drivers. The vehicles have to overcome several resistances. So when vehicle is moving on the road surface, several resistances is going to be occur on the road surface. So what are the resistance? Already we have discussed all these resistances in the performance of curves. For example, first resistance that is rolling resistance, and we know that rolling resistance, which is mainly depends upon the material of the road surface, namely cement road, asphalt road, etc. etc. Quality of road surface, smooth road, rough road, dry road or wet road, etc. Material and design of the tire tread. Inflation pressure in the tires. Overinflated tire, underinflated tire or correctly inflated tire. That is about the rolling resistance. Second one, that is the gradient resistance, which mainly depends upon the slope of the road, whether it is a level road, slippery road, downhill, uphill, etc. Mass of the vehicle, whether a vehicle is light motor vehicle, medium or heavy duty vehicle. Other one, that is the air resistance, which mainly depends upon the speed of the vehicle, the slow speed vehicle, medium speed or fast speed. Then direction of wind in the favor of vehicle or against the vehicle motion or cross winds. Other, that is the body profile of the vehicle, streamline shape, bluff body shape or otherwise. Likewise, air resistance is mainly depends on all these points. Other one, that is the resistance due to driving requirements, which mainly depends on need of the idling, need of the constant moving of the vehicle, acceleration and its race, driver habit, frictional resistances. So all these resistances that is to be occur on the road surface. So sum of all these resistances is known as total resistance. So to overcome all these resistances and so that our vehicle is moving on the road surface, we need the gearbox. Getting so necessity of the gearbox is because of that we have to overcome all these resistances. Getting the condition is not remains same all over on the road surface. The condition will be changing. Condition should be varying, and accordingly we need the necessity of the gearbox in the automobile. Then the function of the gearbox. What are the different functions of the gearbox? So many times in the oral examination, the examiner asks to tell the function of the gearbox. So an automobile is able to provide varying speed and torque through its gearbox. Various functions of the gearbox are listed below. First, to provide high torque at the time of starting, vehicle acceleration, climbing uphill. To provide more than forward speeds by providing more than one gear ratio. In modern cars, you can observe 5 forward gears plus 1 reverse gear is provided. For given engine speed, higher speed can be obtained by running in higher, that is 4th and 5th gears. Gearbox provide reverse gear for driving the vehicle in reverse direction. So many that important functions are there. Out of that, we have mentioned these important functions. So gearbox is going to help in variation of the torque or tractive effort provided or produced by the engine in accordance with the driving conditions. A large torque is required at the start of the vehicle and low torque is required at the higher speeds. Gearbox helps in smooth running of the vehicle at different speeds. It provides means to vary torque ratio between the engine and road wheels. Many times driver requirement demand for disconnection between the flow of the engine power and the road wheels, even though the clutch is engaged position. Such a condition is known as neutral condition, neutral position. That is also provided by the gearbox. Gearbox reverses the direction rotation of the drive output by use of the back gear, thereby causing the back motion to the vehicle. Also an overdrive, which is also one type of gearbox which provides a super top gear ratio. Super top gear, the ratio of the engine crankshaft and the speed to the road wheel speed is unity. Generally at the top it is a unity, but in case of overdrive it is less than 1. It is less than 1. So in that way, these are the important function of the gearbox. Let's see the interpretation of the curves. Also, so many times this question is asked, interpretation of the curves. So I think we know that a vehicle accelerates and picks up speed if the available tractive effort is more than encountered resistance. When your vehicle is going to be move on the road surface, when your vehicle is going to be accelerates and pick up the speed on the road surface, when the available torque, when the available tractive effort is more than the encountered resistance, means whatever the resistance is available on the road surface for that particular moment, so tractive effort or torque is more than that available encountered resistance, then and then when your vehicle is going to accelerate and pick up the speed. So this speed will reach a limiting value where tractive effort becomes equal to the total resistance. So based on these facts, the curves in the figure can be interpreted as follows. So here if you see the figure, it is a variation of total resistance under different situations. Variation of the total resistance under different situations, tractive effort in different gears and corresponding limiting speed. Tractive effort and total resistance versus vehicle or engine speed. So here we have to interpret these curves for the gear, for the gears with the resistances. getting, with the total resistance. So whatever the torque available in the particular gear, I have to discuss with the available resistance. Getting. See, in first gear, this curve represents the first gear, this curve second gear, this third gear. And if you see the total resistance is R1, that is the higher total resistance, R2 higher resistance, R3 low resistance, R4 lowest resistance. So R1, R2, R3, R4 represents the resistance. So see, we will discuss about the first gear. So when vehicle starts from the rest, a large torque is required at the rear wheels to propel it. When vehicle starts from the rest, a large torque is required at the rear wheels to propel it. The large torque may be obtained by engaging the first gear. So its tractive effort curve intersect the total resistance curves R1, R2 and R3 and R4 at A, B, C, D respectively. So if you see the tractive effort curve for first gear, that will going to intersect the total resistance at point A, B, C and D respectively. So thus corresponding speeds for this NA, NB, NC, ND. Means when your vehicle is in the first gear and suppose the resistance available is a R1, then the vehicle speed, that is a NA. The limiting speed is a NA. Beyond the NA, the vehicle cannot be moved on the road surface. The limiting speed is a NA. This is a minimum speed, limiting speed. If your vehicle in the first gear and the available resistance is R2, then the speed, limiting speed is a NB. Similarly, when the vehicle in the first gear with the lower resistances, the limiting speed is NC. Similar for the lowest resistance, the limiting speed is a ND. Thus corresponding speeds NA, NB, NC or ND are the limiting speed. So in first gear against different resistances. These are the speeds in the first gear against different available resistance. If the resistance is high at R1, the vehicle cannot be propelled beyond speed NA. Limiting speed is NA. Beyond speed NA, it will not going to be moved. So by engaging the first gear, with the NA speed, our vehicle is going to be moved. So if you want to increase the speed, it is necessary to use the second gear. If you want to increase the speed, you have to necessary to use the second gear. So in second gear, this time the curve of the tractive effort, intersect in second gear. The curve of the tractive effort intersect the resistances R2, R3, R4 at point P, C, D. So the limiting speeds are R2 for second gear, it is going to intersect at point E, F, G. So limiting speed are NE, NF and NG are the limiting speed. If the vehicle is moving such that it has to overcome the resistance R2, it cannot be attain a speed greater than NE. To attain the speed greater than NE, then it necessary to change the gear. To use the third gear if you want to increase the speed.